First off, I've only done professional staffing and recruiting, both in contingent and executive search and in-house. So I do staffing for our corporate division. It's a compression role in that there's compression from your candidates. There's compression from your hiring managers, and then I have a boss, and so all of those. So there's people coming at you from every angle, and there's follow-up, and there's feedback, and there's sometimes those conversations are tough to have, and the business is unyielding. It goes on with or without you, and my desk is super busy, super high volume. I have a lot of requisitions, and I close a lot of requisitions. In the last 2 weeks,
you do?
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks, I've closed 22 positions. And for 22 job offers, there's a dozen or more candidates and interviews and phone calls and that come with that. So I don't have the luxury of having a 9-to-6 job.
Right.
I have to be there. Sometimes my candidates are on the East Coast, and I call when they're available. Or I get a call from them, when they're available. Or sometimes I have to make calls or do sourcing on the weekends because that's when candidates aren't working. So, it's sometimes there are a lot of long days.
It's a trade-off.
My business partners, of course, are also my hiring managers that I report into my boss, and I'm accountable to my boss, the executive director, and the VP, and I'm also accountable to the HR VP.
Cool.
But I staff all levels from entry-level positions to executives. I'd say the number one rule is to understand your audience. People have different motivators in why they're looking to make a change, why they are open to new opportunities, and compensation is just a very small part of that equation. It's typically about growth. It's about access. It's about evolving, growing, learning. I'm very active in professional service organizations, and that's one way. We have a huge network, and I've been in the industry for a very long time. So I'm probably, I would say, 2 to 3 phone calls away from knowing someone who knows someone.
Nice.
And people are always curious about opportunities at Fox. That's a great thing. We have an amazing brand, and the brand carries value on the market. So people are always willing to talk to us.
Oh, that's nice.
At the top, they want autonomy. If we're hiring in executives, they are selected based on their experience, based on their education, based on their skill set, their knowledge base, and they want to be left alone to run the business as they see fit.